name is Jessica Umstead. I work for the Division of Youth and Family Services in the Hackensack office, and I'm the Resource Family Placement Facilitator, which basically means that when kids unfortunately have to go into foster care, I get a lot of information about the children, why they need to go into foster care, and then I look through the whole pool of people that we have and really try and make the best match, because it is a very traumatic experience for kids to go into foster care, and they deserve to be cared for by loving and nurturing homes.
My name is Jackie Friedman Collins. I work for the Division of Youth and Family Services, the Hackensack office. As of April 5th of this year, I've worked with the division for 40 years, always in Hackensack. I'm a casework supervisor. I supervise supervisors. I have 3 supervisors under my supervision. 2 of them have permanency units, and they all have caseloads with children that are either abused or neglected. When they're placed, and we need to use Jessica's services and knowledge, we try to first keep them with families. First we try to keep them with their families, and then we try to keep them with family, and then we'll seek out foster homes if that's not possible. I also supervise the litigation unit, and they will write the complaints when necessary to either compel people that are usually abusing drugs and alcohol to receive services, or to remove children from the home, or to restrain an abusive parent from the home. I'm also a master coach in the agency in the family team meeting process, and that means that we sit with people, I coach people in how to better communicate with families and to empower them to receive services and to try to help them reach their
I work with the Division of Youth and Family Services. I've been working with the division for 12 years. During the day, I'm a family service specialist, and during the evening and on weekends and holidays, I work for the Special Response Unit, which pretty much just responds to those allegations of abuse or neglect that are received after the office is closed.
Well, I mean, first of all, a study from Labor and Education at Rutgers stated that the union members did not cause the deficit, nor are they the solution for the deficit. There is no shared sacrifice as long as millionaires and billionaires escape their taxes and the corporations have all these tax loopholes that they can use. We're the middle class. We're the reason that people earn a decent salary, and if people don't, they need to ask why. But seriously, millionaires need to be taxed, billionaires need to be taxed, corporations need to pay their fair share. It's painful for us.
I think the governor has to explain his definition of shared sacrifice. Many of the union members and state workers are part of the middle class. Actually, all of them are. And a lot of them do not earn more than $30,000 a year. And if that's a family with maybe 2 children, they're just making ends meet. Prices are getting a lot higher on everything across the board: gasoline, rent, everything, PSE&G. And a lot of these people that work for the state, that are state workers, actually qualify for public services because they don't earn what the governor wants New Jersey to think that state workers earn. So I really think that he's sending the wrong message, and it needs to be cleared up.
Another thing that he has said, one of his arguments, is that if he taxes the millionaires and billionaires, that they'll leave the state of New Jersey to go elsewhere. And his study has clearly shown that that is absolutely not the case, that very few people move because of taxation.
And I mean, as far as the shared sacrifice goes, by working for the state, in a way, we're already sacrificing, because people in the private sector do make more than us when you compare educational levels. And we do already pay health insurance, and for the benefits that we are happy to have, we're still putting money from our paycheck into it. And I, myself, who was going to school, working for DIFUS, I ended up having to pay money to the state of New Jersey for my taxes. So it's crazy to me to see in the paper that big corporations are getting tax breaks and tax cuts when somebody like me that's struggling to make ends meet ends up having to pay. And I'll pay because I think that we need taxes to make the state run. But I think we have made a sacrifice already, and we will continue. But Christie needs to seriously take a look at the issues and make it a sacrifice for everybody.
And I think you did make a very good point as far as, comparatively speaking, with education experience with the private sector, we are actually making 4.8% less. than what the private sector does make. And for all my 40 years in DIPUS and the fact that I supervise supervisors, and I'm a master coach, and I have some credit scores and master's degrees, I'll never see six figures.
Thing that I can proudly say as a union member, especially with CWA, is that every time there's a contract, the staff at CWA really look at the nitty-gritty and try and find cost savings across the board for its members, for the state, for everybody, and they're not just looking at it one-sided. And here they put all this time and energy and research into finding a plan that could really be the best for everybody and save New Jersey money, and Christie is just really disregarding it, and it's inappropriate, and I can't believe that he's the governor of New Jersey and so flippantly not even doing what his job is.
Yes, CWA and many of the other unions, as far as I know, have not only proposed alternatives to his plan, but have actually tried to speak with his staff and get them to actually read the proposals, and they're just not doing it.
The unions are willing to do their fair share, and in his arrogance, he won't even discuss